There's a short film at the Cleveland International Film Festival that is riveting and sure to get a lot of attention. And the person who created the story and stars in it, well, he's from the CLE. LeeAnn spoke with him.
Well, it's no secret that talent flows out of the land, and that is definitely proof positive with our next guest. Joining us now is Cleveland-born and raised actor and writer Roderick Lawrence. Roderick is the star in this astounding new film called Silent Partner that's going to be screening at this year's Cleveland International Film Festival. Welcome, Roderick. It is such a pleasure to talk with you.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for having me.
I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about your film. I got to watch like 10 seconds of it. It wasn't nearly enough, but it looks amazing. So I want to talk to you about that. But first, I think all of us, like Northeast Ohio natives, we all have a story about growing up here. What's your story?
So I grew up in Orange. Kind of towards the end of high school, you know, I got more and more into the acting and the things like that, and thought that it could be something that I want to do forever. I was actually pretty sure of it, but it was a very abrupt decision. So, you know, my parents were always mad supportive, but they were just like, cool, you can pick, you know, 5 or so schools, you know, top schools that you can audition for their programs. I auditioned for the music theater program and I auditioned for one music program. I got into Baldwin Wallace for music theater, which is, you know, a top 5 program in the country for that. So that was a huge blessing. And that kind of started really kind of catapulted things. But so doing that here at BW, then I started doing plays all around. You know, I did Dobama Theater, and I'd done things at the Playhouse Square downtown. I'd done things all around, and basically every theater in Cleveland. And then I moved to New York, and you know, the rest is my career from there.
Okay, so then you get this idea to write this movie called Silent Partner. Mm-hmm. Without giving too much of it away, tell us how you come up with this idea.
So initially, so this is a pandemic baby. Long story short, I was kind of diving into my own mental health journey as a Black man in this country, and figuring out what that means and where my, you know, strengths and weaknesses were, and where my traumas came from, and all of these things. You know, even diving into my mental health journey was something kind of new. You know, we always had negative stigmas or connotations about what therapy was, or about going on that journey. So diving into that, something I discovered that fascinated me was, and had a big part of my life, was microaggressions. And I didn't know, you know, I went from not knowing what they were to realizing how much they played into my life. And, you know, then the movie, it was kind of like, you know, I had people who had always been like, during my career, if you have an idea or if something's coming up, do you like, I would love to support it. I want to get on you with that and whatever else. And I was like, I'm not a writer, you know, I'm not a producer, I'm not all these other things. I'm an actor, and that's what I do. And I had this idea, and then was like, you know, maybe I can use my voice in a different way, like use my voice in my craft, but, you know, get this idea out there and help people, help brothers who are going through the same thing. And I called my producing partner of my company, Selma, and I told her I had an idea. And I was like, if you really want to hop on board with me, then I got this idea for this film. Let's do it. And she was about it. And, you know, we reached out to a lot of people. I reached out to a friend of mine who was a writer, and I was like, yo, can you write this thing with me? We went through some scripts. People really liked it. And then we got connected with our director, Aristotle Torres, who is just... brother's a genius. So we got connected with him, and we created something completely different together, but something like nuanced and beautiful and complicated and truthful and authentic in what it means to go through the microaggressions and how that affects Black men and women on the daily, in the workplace, in their friendships, in their relationships, and all of those things. And we found out that, you know, we found a very cool way to tell a story, but, you know, it was a story that we found countless people were dealing with every day.
All right. So I also don't want to give away too much, but I know that you are a young Black attorney trying to make partner in this very old white firm. So what is the conversation that you want people to take away from this film? Black, white, female, male?
Yeah. So I mean, the main thing when you make a piece, like the main thing you want is conversation, right? So I think that I'm starting conversations that need to be had that aren't being had. And I trust the intelligent brothers and sisters who watch what we're doing to navigate those conversations to where they need to be. I think that, you can find yourself in the story when it comes to like if what do you want white folks to take out of the piece. I think that them watching it from an outside in perspective, but also from an inside out perspective, because they are in the story, but they get to watch it from the outside. Watching it from the outside in, you get to see like really who are you in that world. Like, are you the ally? Where are you in the story? And like, how can you be better in our lives and in your own life? And how can you be accountable? Accountability is everything to me. And, if you start conversations that we're familiar with, or you bring it in with situations that we are familiar with, then the conversations are a lot easier. Hopefully just starting conversation progresses movements and progresses things that we've needed to be better for a long time.
Silent Partner is screening at this year's Cleveland International Film Fest. We are so excited. Silentpartner-film.com. Roderick Lawrence, thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit. You are so talented. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time and the hometown love and all that. And I hope to see you and everybody else in April in the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.